We all know that the world generates a huge amount of data. One of the latest figures I have found is 64.2 zettabytes of data was produced in 2020. That's 64 billion terabytes. How much data does the average company use or hold? Now, the IDG did a report back in 2016, so these numbers are definitely higher than they were now, but they give us a good indication already where it is. So the average company manages around 162.9 terabytes of data, and this is in 2016. Companies want to be more compliant, and companies are connecting the importance between compliance and security when it comes to data. It is complicated. We have fragmented compliance. We have fragmented data protection. We have a lot of issues out there. How do we solve this? This is what we're talking about today. What are the opportunities? What can we do? And also, how can newer technologies such as AI help you achieve this? How can better identity access management and multi-factor authentication keep you more secure?
Cybersecurity is a constantly shifting landscape. As our digital world continues to grow, so do the risks. According to the research that we have done, 83% of organizations experience more than one data breach in their lifetime. Organizations need to secure data in multiple channels. And this includes things like our emails, our messaging, our shared and storage, our cloud apps, our devices, and on top of managing fragmented solutions, if we look at our data footprint. Now, I'm sure we all know that this is always growing, and data is like the oxygen of the digital transformation. As organizations and individuals rely more on data, and creation and consumption of data is constantly growing. So data security incidents, as we know, can happen anywhere, anytime. With more than 300 million people working remotely all over the world and collaborating across multiple environments and devices, data security incidents can indeed happen anytime and anywhere. There are three primary scenarios for data security incidents that we look at. Number one of being, your organization does not have visibility into its data. Then the data becomes risky. It becomes misuse, uses exfiltration, exposure. Number two, if a user has malicious intent and is trying to exfiltrate that data. Number three, and lastly, if a user accidentally takes a sensitive document and makes it visible. Now, organizations need to protect sensitive data wherever it lives throughout its life cycle. They need to understand user activity context around the data and identify risks. Prevent data from unauthorized use access apps, services, and devices. Now, what is the approach to data security? How do we approach the data security? As organizations think about protecting their most important assets, such as their data, they ultimately need to create a defense in-depth approach. There are three components to this strategy, but it is important to keep in mind that you do not need these in any particular order.
The best and most eloquent solution is this kind of how we future-proof our data as opposed to just trying to fix security today. And what I'm getting at is an investment in one of these platforms is literally that, is a long-term investment.
100%. And let's look at it like this. You buy a house, you need to protect that house. You put a camera system, you put an alarm system, you build a wall. You do that for your home. You buy a car, you get it insured. Why not do that for your business? Your data is your most vulnerable asset in any business. So if you can protect your data now, it's going to save you in the long run.
This has been a webinar from ITWeb, First Distribution and Microsoft, Data Governance, Protection and Compliance. How do you use future-proofing and AI to support and protect your sensitive data? Have a safe time out there. And if we don't see you again, have a great festive season. Thank you. Goodbye.